Sometimes I think I have the same thing you have, that people automatically assume that I'm mean or that I'm a certain type of way, and I'm actually one of the nicest.
Papoose is tired of Remy Ma's antics. Word on the street is that he confronted her, demanding she sign the divorce papers immediately, but she's refusing to budge. Why? Because if she does, Papoose might go after her financially for that alimony. Check. And let's be honest, he has a strong case for it. After all, he supported her for over 10 years while she was incarcerated, helped raise her son, and pushed her career forward. Now, after she cheated and moved on, she's stalling. The divorce. We need to dig into this drama. Papoose isn't one to make noise on social media, but behind closed doors, he's been asking for a divorce for a while now. He's literally begged Remy to let him go, but every time he tries, she comes up with a new excuse. Now, he's had enough and confronted her, demanding answers. Remy, what's the holdup? You already left me for easy to block captain and humiliated me in public, but now you're trying to keep me legally tied to you? But the moment he brought up the alimony, Remy's energy shifted. She was caught off guard because deep down she knows that if the divorce is finalized, Papoose might just come for her money. After all, he's been loyal to her for all these years. We all saw Remy out with easy-to-block captain, grinning, like a love-struck teenager. She even had the audacity to rap about him in a battle, essentially admitting she's in love with a new man while still legally married to Papoose. The disrespect was undeniable.
I'm only gonna address this one time, since y'all wanna be on the front lines. Hey, yo, Remy, don't you love me? Yeah. See, right there, that's the punchline.
Here's the ironic part. Easy to block captain has already moved on. Yep, Mr. Block Captain has left Remy in the dust for two younger women. And now, Remy wants to start acting like she has unfinished business with Papoose. It's like she didn't have a problem disrespecting him before, but now that her own situation is unraveling, she wants to slow down Papoose's happiness. Can someone explain the logic behind that? Now Papoose has already found himself someone new. And not just anyone. Clarissa. Shields, an undefeated boxing champ, a millionaire in her own right, and not just another Instagram model. Sis is top tier, successful, and she's got it all. Clarissa herself has openly shared how much she appreciates Papoose's support. She described it as something totally different from what she's experienced in the past. She values how he speaks to her, how he's there for her. It's clear they have something special. I love him. I love having his support, she said. His support is like very, very different from what I've had in the past. It's obvious. They're a perfect match. Clarissa has been showing nothing but love for Papoose, from celebrating his birthday to serenading him. She's ready to take things to the next level, and Papoose was all in. He had even planned a big surprise. He was set to propose to Clarissa on a romantic trip to Hawaii for Valentine's Day. But guess what? Remy ruined all of that by refusing to sign the divorce papers, throwing a wrench in the whole plan. Now Clarissa is beyond frustrated because why should another woman still have so much influence over her relationship? Papoose is ready to move forward, but Remy's refusal to sign the papers is keeping him stuck in limbo. It's almost as if Remy's unwillingness to let go stems from her failed relationship with easy-to-block captain. Here's where it gets even messier. Word on the street is that Remy isn't stalling the divorce out of love. She's stalling over money. Papoose wasn't just her husband. He was also her manager, PR team, and biggest supporter, all rolled into one. When Remy was locked up for 6 years, Papoose didn't just stand by her. He kept her career alive. He raised her son, promoted her music, and made sure her mixtapes stayed hot while she was behind bars. Fast forward to today, and Remy is sitting on an impressive $4 million net worth, thanks to her clothing line, TV deals, and album royalties. But Papoose, on the other hand, has a much smaller net worth. Let's be real. He sacrificed his own career to keep hers afloat, and now he's in a position to potentially get a huge financial payout from their divorce. This is where things get sticky. Divorce settlements, especially after long marriages, aren't just about emotions. They're about financials too. After being married for 11 years, Papoose is well within his rights to ask for a significant portion of Remy's earnings. We're talking potentially half of her assets. And Remy knows that. She knows if the divorce goes through, Papoose could be entitled to a major payday. That's why she's been dragging her feet and avoiding signing the papers. In retaliation, Remy has been acting petty. She leaked private text messages between Papoose and Clarissa, tried to accuse him of threatening to call the police on her, and even threw shots at Clarissa's appearance. At this point, it's clear Remy's behavior is becoming downright childish. Clarissa, however, is not backing down. She's a professional boxer, and if Remy keeps testing her, she might just find herself on the receiving end of some hands, inside and outside the ring. But let's flip this entire situation on its head for a moment. What if we looked at the situation from Papoose's perspective? He's spent over a decade of his life supporting Remy through thick and thin. He's been there for her when no one else was, lifting her up when she was at her lowest. He's put his own career on hold, acting as her manager, her confidant, and her biggest cheerleader. In a world where most people look out for themselves first, Papoose stayed loyal. He worked tirelessly behind the scenes to keep Remy's career on track, even when she couldn't do it herself. Now that the tables have turned, it's clear Papoose deserves the right to move on and pursue his own happiness. He's found someone who supports him just as much as he supported Remy. Clarissa Shields is a successful, independent woman who isn't just looking for a man to help her career. She's already a champion in her own right. So it's no wonder that Papoose wants to close this chapter of his life and start fresh with someone who truly values him. But the question remains, why is Remy holding on so tight? Is it truly because she wants to work things out with Papoose? Or is it because she's afraid of losing half of everything she's built? The answer seems clear when you consider the why. Financial stakes. Remy has built an empire, but she didn't do it alone. Papoose was a key part of that success, and now that they're divorcing, he might be entitled to a significant portion of the spoils. So, while Remy may try to play games and drag her feet, the reality is that Papoose has every right to move on. He's earned his shot at happiness, and if that means going after a fair settlement, so be it. At the end of the day, the whole situation is a reminder of how complex relationships can be when money and fame are involved. In the world of hip-hop and high stakes, loyalty and love can sometimes be overshadowed by financial gain. But for Papoose, it's not just about the money, it's about getting the closure he deserves. What if Papoose hasn't really moved on? What if his whole situation with Clarissa isn't about finding love, but about getting back at Remy for the way she humiliated him? See, the truth is, Papoose never wanted to leave Remy. This man was deeply devoted to her for over a decade. He stood by her side through her prison sentence, rebuilt her career, helped raise her child, and worked hard to make their marriage feel like a fairy tale. Even when rumors of her cheating started to surface, Papoose didn't walk away. It wasn't until Remy went public with her relationship with easy-to-block Captain, essentially flaunting her new man, that Papoose finally decided to leave. Let's keep it real, that wasn't his plan. He was pushed out, and now he's with Clarissa Shields, a woman who seems to be fully invested in him. But the question remains, is Papoose truly invested in her? Let's be honest, Clarissa has a very distinct, tomboyish vibe, and Papoose seems to be someone who likes his women to have a bit of a thuggish edge, but still maintain their femininity. Remy had that perfect balance. Clarissa, on the other hand, is clearly trying very hard to fit the mold of what Papoose might want, working overtime to be more feminine. But does it really match what he's looking for? And look at how he behaves around her. Clarissa is posting heartfelt messages, serenading him, and proudly showing him off, like he's some sort of trophy, while Papoose just exists in the background. He's there, but he's not matching her energy. It's almost like he's not truly on the same page as her, and that's something to be cautious about. This could be one of those, I'm here just to make Remy mad situations. Let's be real here. Papoose has always been a private, quiet guy. He's about loyalty and black love, not about airing out his personal business. But now suddenly, he's flaunting a new relationship in public, making sure people see it, and taking shots at Remy. That doesn't sound like a man in love. It sounds like a man who's hurt and trying to get back at the woman who embarrassed him. Men who've truly been in love don't just move on that quickly. Sure, they might rebound or entertain new relationships, but to fully move on that fast? Not likely. So now the question is, what happens when Clarissa realizes this? She's all in, pouring her heart into this relationship. But what if Papoose is just using her to make Remy jealous? What if one day he wakes up and realizes he actually still wants his wife back? That could spell heartbreak for Clarissa, and she might be in for a rude awakening. I'm not the only one who thinks this way. Some fans have noticed it too. One fan commented saying, "I think Clarissa is going to end up heartbroken by Papoose. She's really going all in for him, and he always seems to just be in the background, like he's not really on the same wavelength as she is. She's trying so hard to be ultra feminine for him, but it doesn't seem to match his taste. He seems to like women who have that thuggish yet feminine vibe, like Remy. I think he's just enjoying sticking it to Remy for hurting and embarrassing him because he wasn't trying to leave her before she cheated. It just doesn't feel like he's truly moved on. This is all about getting back at her because he's in his feelings. He's just not matching Clarissa's energy in this relationship." This comment nails it. A lot of people are skeptical about whether Papoose and Remy will actually divorce. While I'd love to see Clarissa happy, the reality is, Papoose is still legally married to Remy. And let's be honest, Clarissa is young and vulnerable in this situation. She may not fully understand what she's walking into. Remy herself even dropped a hint in a song that Papoose cheated on her, but that went over a lot of people's heads. Meanwhile, Papoose is still talking to Clarissa, as well as other women. It's possible Clarissa might get hurt in all of this. The truth is, Papoose has always been about his bag, and it's hard to believe that he'll ever love anyone the way he loved Remy. Not sorry, but that's a tough reality to face. Now, here's the big question. Who do you side with in this messy situation? Is it Papoose finally standing up for himself after all those years of loyalty to Remy? Is it Clarissa, who's been a real one, sticking with Papoose through all the chaos? Or is it Remy, who's holding on to a man she clearly doesn't even want anymore? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know who you think deserves to come out on top in this drama-filled situation.